Camp Sunshine is a program for children with cancer and their families. We strive to enrich their lives through support and recreation and educational programs. One of our greatest programs at Camp Sunshine is the computer room, and especially the newspaper that the kids produce each day and when they're at summer camp. The kids can come in and write their stories. It might be gossip, it might be interviewing their favorite nurse or doctor or counselor, it might be telling jokes, and they actually get on the PC, type up the story, create it. It is put into a newspaper format. We reproduce it, and every day at dinner time, the kids wait eagerly to get the newspaper and see if their story made it, or see if they're in there, if there's a picture about what's going on. This paper's produced every day. One of the things we did this summer was we took Camp Sunshine actually into the hospital. So many of the children who want to go to camp get sick the week of camp, and they miss camp because they're in the hospital. So we actually took our program, or our show, on the road and went into the hospital, did a lot of the camp activities. And the newspaper at the hospital was a huge hit too. Once again, the kids could create the stories, take pictures. We put that into a desktop publisher, and every day we would take the fresh edition of the Camp Sunshine newspaper to the hospital and share it not only with the patients, but with the staff, so they could see what we were doing.
You know, the Georgia Aquarium is the vision and dream of Bernie Marcus, who is the co-founder of Home Depot, and he wanted to say thank you to the people of Georgia for establishing his great company, so he gave us all a gift. So the Georgia Aquarium is really about a $300 million project, of which Bernie and Billy Marcus provided $250 million. As a gift to the state of Georgia, and it's operated as a nonprofit facility. We've only been open 22 months, and we have had over 6 million visitors. It's affected a huge economic impact into the community. And companies like Accenture and Unisys and Microsoft, all of them helped grow this gift. And they provided a main infrastructure for us to be able to develop our technology systems. And today, you know, every day, now that we've been operating for 22 months, we see the benefits of the technology that we developed. One of our favorite things is on our behind-the-scenes tours. People will come on the behind-the-scenes area and walk around with us, and we'll walk through what we call our pump room, our life support system, we call LSS. And, you know, being that I'm a Georgia Tech grad, when you come through that pump room, particularly if they're engineers, they're like got tears in their eyes because they can't believe all this technology that is there, because the building is just so incredible in terms of the pipes and the filtration systems and how we monitor all that. And there's sensors on every little valve throughout the aquarium, so 24/7, while we do have staff there, an amazing staff, they're still backed up with technology. So we're doing these behind-the-scene tours. We'd like to go to the life support control room. And outside of that office, there's a monitor that sort of shows a schematic drawing of the entire system. And you can look at it and you can see water temperature live, you know, for every exhibit. And you can see water level and things called ORPs and a million other things that you don't even want to know what they all are, but they're all monitored. It's an amazing feature. And many of the people on the behind-the-scenes tours, that's the thing they comment on the most is, how in the heck do you keep up with all this technology? I mean, there's enough pipes in the building that go around 285.
I'm a marketer by profession and an adoptive mom, and approximately 2.5 years ago I made a decision to do something with my time to help children get adopted and to raise awareness about their needs. So I started an organization, Gift for a Child, and it's appropriately named because all of the corporate volunteers involved have one thing in mind: let's do something for a child. So we're using our time, talents, and resources for these children. When you work for a health and human services agency, or if you're a social worker, everything you do is with paper or via telephone. So a lot of social workers don't have access to great technology to help them stay informed about what's happening with the children on their caseload. By using a tool like Marketing Central, we've been able to put a lot of great information about these children online so that the case managers in 2 different states can talk to one another via the internet and see pictures, bios, streaming video about these children to make appropriate decisions. We're using this tool today to share brochureware. So we can have, there's a client in California and we're in Atlanta, and we can review brochures and make edits really quickly and see documents at the same time. It was a great tool to use for social workers. So no, they're not marketers, no, they're not an advertising agency, but they could use the same tool to look at, instead of brochures, photos of children. Instead of looking at fact sheets or technical spec sheets, they could review information about children no matter where they were. And that's the beauty of this tool that we're using.